Okay, I'm resuming from part one about how I'm doing and mental health. Like last time I talked about like how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and that I have been doing things, excuse me, and that some things are really hard. And I talked about my amygdala, or anyone's can act like that, or everyone's does. Uh, um, and then, but now I wanted to talk about prefrontal cortex, like I learned that. Well, also I learned that the amygdala is on high alert, and when it's overactive, the other parts of the brain, prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, are underactive, and prefrontal cortex is for like controlling logic, emotional regulation, realistic um, ability to be more appropriate, or it's for planning or oh, I've been having a lot of tics because of autism, and so if I'm kissing my hands, don't judge it. Hmm. uh and then the hippocampus is responsible for time and memory, so that part is down too. Kind of like an example of how this can work, like um like someone was hard on me about my autism, anxiety, and depression and fatigue, and then when I was growing up, uh like hard on me about my autism, and then uh and then about my mental health, so and about dealing with life, and it can still happen if I'm around them, so I'm not around them anymore. But um um hmm. But an example of that is it makes me like my amygdala gets set off very easily if someone's hard on me, if they tell me that I should be doing this, or criticize me and say that they think I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, or just things like that, or if they call me names like lazy, or I've gotten called a crybaby before, like I don't know how people can be so evil. But but then even if someone else like tells me something, even if they're not trying to get on my case but just guide me, it still then sets my amygdala off, and like someone is about to get on me even if they're not, because it's that extra sensitive area. Kind of like an example of this situation in a amygdala, like whoever is being mean to me is like a fire setting a smoke alarm off, and then whoever is not trying to be mean to me but they look like they're trying to guide me, or that they're not really being that hard on me, or they're trying to, or they're making sure to work with me, then that would be more like a smoke, that something would be smoking but not on fire, and then it sets my alarm or off the amygdala. That's an example, like an analogy. And I know people could say, oh, that's different. Well, don't do that, because I'm trying to teach you something, and I think that by doing this it'll help you learn. So if you want to learn about me, think about how that can connect. Yes, it's two different things. but there is a connection. Like I just said, it's really not that hard to understand. So, I know that you know what that means. I don't have to keep saying it. But, I'm playing with tape because it's a fidget sensory thing. But, with all of that, like when that stuff does happen to me, when others are hard on me and my prefrontal cortex is low and amygdala is high, I end up going in a mental crisis and then, well, and not doing well. That would be all I want to say, because I'm putting this on YouTube and they're kind of like have some kind of rules or something, and I don't want to talk about anything, or I don't know. I don't want to talk about anything concerning. So let's just all get help, though that we need. Not that someone wants to give us, but that we need. So someone's gotta obey our needs and boundaries, or they're not gonna be around us. I'm only around others who will obey my needs and boundaries. Because I'm not dealing with faulty people or devilish people. It's just not gonna happen. Because I'm already dealing with what's inside of me. Whether people see it or not, I only stay around the ones that accept, respect, and understand me. I'm gonna start making a scarf and kind of put the words understand, accept, respect me in it. Oh, it might take me some time to make, but I hope I can finish it soon. But my amygdala's more sensitive now. Like for example, I'm trying to think of how to say this and where to start, because there's several. So first, my amygdala, it like fires up when someone's hard on me, and it fires up a little bit when someone else might say something to me, but they're trying to guide me and not come on my case like other people have. But during that time, I might not know that that person's just trying to guide me, so it sets off my amygdala alarm, because then we got this low hippocampus with time and memory that fits into this, that makes me panic whenever someone is telling me something that I feel like they're coming down on me, even if that person is not, even if I have not had history with that person coming down on me. But then my amygdala, the hippocampus with the time and memory kicks in and then remembers the other stuff that makes me think that. And then prefrontal cortex, which could be logic, planning, emotional regulation, all that is more down. So then I still might panic if someone said something to me, even if they were really just trying to be nice and I would have seen it if it wasn't for all this. Because some other people ruined it or made me more sensitive to everything. But and then when all that's going with things happening with the with the two parts of the brain down and the other one up, that means I keep having to remember experiences that are not good. Oh, and I remember learning this in counseling about autism, because don't leave this out. I remember things in detail, sensory, memory. I latch on to things. It's just a lot is going on inside of me. It's a miracle that I'm still able to physically function while my brain is doing this. Well, toots. But with all of that, wow, there's a lot. It's jumping all over the place. Oh, there's a lot to explain. Oh, I don't want to keep wasting up video recording time. I need to hurry up and get this out. I know I could just read off what my counselor wrote for me, but then I don't really want to copy what she wrote. I want to put it into my own words. So I need to think about what I was wanting to say. Wait, I gotta have a minute. Excuse my cussing, that slipped out. You know, when we go through things, it can cause things. So please don't flag my video. I'm not trying to be inappropriate. I can set it to adults only because I see that that's an option. So only adults only would understand this anyway. I don't think anyone under the age of 18 would get away with being mean to me anyway, because I'll just tell their parents and then they can get on them. So, well, we don't have to worry about that because I think everything's fine. It's just that I get really sensitive because of my time and memory and sensitive. Autism makes it more sensitive. Because that's what I learned. And then with the prefrontal cortex makes it more sensitive, like hard for me to be logical. Like it's not that this person's not going to do it to me, or this person is better than the other people, or it's hard for me to think logic, like what's the difference from this person and then the mean person. It's just not, I don't know. It's just hard for me to deal with it. That's why it's important whenever I let people know that if they want to interact with me, that they have to say the right things to me and not be too pushy, or if they did suggest something, that if I tell them that I'm struggling in this way, they have to say okay. Otherwise, if they keep pushing the matter, I'm going to have to pull away. Because I'm just not going to deal with people like that, and I'm not required to. I'm trying to live a happy and a healthy life and not deal with people who are not being very nice. Like, I just don't deserve this. Like, I was born a great person. I grew up happy, lighthearted, and all that good stuff, and I still am. And I know my depression and stuff and anxiety might look like it's pulling me out of that, but I'm still able to get out my goodness. So don't think that I'm not doing enough. Because all of that parts of my brain work together, and I'm trying my best to control it, and it's hard to. And that's why I stay away from certain people. I use caution with others, and I know who to trust. Because I try my best to use caution with others. Because I think that some of the ones I know are able to handle me right, and then something might come up. Well, I just don't know. Like, everything's just hard with what I said about my brain science so far and what happened. So what the next time I get upset if someone said something to me, just be patient with me, because it's just that I'm more sensitive to things because some things are not nice or I learn in a certain way. Um uh and I need a minute to think. And with the prefrontal cortex and all of that being low, and then when my amygdala is set off, and it's hard for me to control emotional regulation, especially when autism makes that area more sensitive, because I'm more paid attention to detail and sensory. So then it's hard for me to get regulated. That's why when my friend tried to help to give me advice about how I should like try to be more positive, it backfired, made me anxious because I felt she was coming down on me, but then I eventually kind of used a little of what she said, and I think I've been doing a little better, but I kind of wish she was a little softer on me, because if the idea was successful, great. I just kind of wish that she would have been more gentler with me, and then I would have still probably tried it. But also, I don't know, it's just because something triggered me. When something hard comes up, like, like things started out well, like since I've been writing a book about my autism, so she got excited about that and was like, you can be an author. And then even though I thought that was a good idea, I was like, oh no, am I gonna be forced to write all the time? And then I was saying I can't do it because of this. And then that I panicked when she said that because I kind of think back and get the idea of I think she sensed that I panicked as well. I think that's why she kept trying to talk me out of saying, to try to say I can instead of I can't. Because I don't know why I reacted like that. I'm sick of that happening when I'm being social. Because let's try to think about what my reaction could have been. This could be like, let's pretend she's telling me again, be an author and all that. I mean, it's hard to not panic if I'm struggling to keep up with routine, but she actually said that I don't have to be on a routine. I can just write when I can. So that's easy. So that I can do. I thought she meant like get in a job because people have I like jobs as authors, and I thought she meant that I would need to write a schedule for myself and follow it. That's the part that I was trying to say I can't do because I need to focus and stuff. But if it's the general writing, then yes, I can. It's just taking me one heck of a long time because I can only write here and there and there and here. But I'm still doing it. So it's an I can sometimes, so that's better. But then it led into this other mental health struggles. I don't know. It was just really hard that day. I think she's a nice friend. I know she was trying to help. And I gotta try not to get too anxious in front of her either. Because also she has anxiety too, and so does mom. So I might want to try my best to not get too anxious around other people that also have the disorder, because I don't want to make them anxious and then they try to give me advice that's not going to work for me, because mom does it too. And it's just really hard. So maybe if I want to talk to that friend, I just need to talk to her about positive things. So I need to, the next time I talk to her, I gotta try to stay focused on something positive. And I really gotta think that if she might say something about like how I like to crochet, let's say she thinks I could start a business with crochet, then I should be like, okay, oh, I shouldn't say I can't. If I've been struggling, I could say something like, eventually eventually I'll probably have enough to sell, but right now it's a work in progress. That's probably more of what my friend wanted to hear anyway. I guess she just didn't want me to let myself down, and I think that's what she told me too. I don't know, it's just really hard. I don't want to make my loved ones react in a certain way, because then I don't want it to pull me apart from my loved ones, because she's a good friend, and after she did that, I kind of needed a break, so I kind of didn't message her for a while. I kind of like muted something, and then I guess I turned things back on, because I wanted to still be her friend, and she's nice, and she also apologized that she was just trying to help me and to do something. But good thing she realized it though. So hopefully we'll do better next time. Hopefully I will do better next time by not using the words I can't. Because I gotta think that, because also I gotta think, because I did talk about it in counseling, that if I can do something, but it's not all the time, then I need to say occasionally I can. Or sometimes I can. That's better than saying I can't. I could say occasionally I can do it, but the rest of the time I need to rest and take it easy. See, that's better. That's more truthful. The reason I have reacted like that when she said that one time is because I panicked. Because I felt like she was trying to get me back into working. But if that wasn't the case, then I misunderstood it, because that's what my autistic brain does. I process things differently than an average person. So that's why I took it like that. And I also panicked that if I do that, then it might kick me off of disability, but I don't think it would. Because I'm probably not gonna make enough for it to kick me off of that if I did sell my book. I mean, she was saying that there's a small chance that I could earn a lot of money from my autism book, but then I don't want to get my hopes up and then I don't. Because, like, I've made music about my autism and mental health too, released it. I only earned between like $8 and $9 within the past like 2 years. So, so that we'll just see what happens. I haven't even sold my book yet because I'm not finished with it yet. I'm still working on it when I can. But back to what I was saying is that even though certain people trying to help me, oh yeah, let's use this example of a nice friend trying to help me and guide me, and then my stepdad and dad compare it to them, like they were the mean people, my friend was the nice one. But since I have trauma with certain men in my life, just with them not understanding me and being hard on me, it made me and my amygdala more sensitive than my hippocampus more sensitive and remembering time and memory when my friend did try to help me. Because that's why I was so sensitive, and then it threw me into a mental crisis, and I was hurting myself by punching things and throwing things, and because I was upset because I felt like she was coming down on me or getting on me, even if she wasn't. But of how my amygdala is, and how things are with amygdala going up, hip time and memory going down with that part of the brain, and then the low prefrontal cortex too, having a very hard time controlling myself. And the weird thing is, I had even took my as needed medicine, and then later on, I was still upset and then punched things. Like, I thought the medicine was helping. I guess I could have took another one, but I thought I didn't need to. But but like, that's why we gotta be careful on what we say to me, because we don't know if it's gonna dig into any of this time and memory of someone who's hard on me about my mental health. Because even if my friend wasn't, because she's a nice person, I haven't really had any other issues like that. I mean, I think she's doing better than Dad and Ryan, I would say. At least since she realized that she came on too strong and that she apologized, and that she realized she could have came down, but then she wanted me to blow off steam because maybe I needed to vent. Like, uh, like that's more of a good thing, because then someone's like acknowledging a mistake and taking responsibility for it. Dad and Ryan don't do that. Dad and Ryan are just stubborn and be like, I didn't do anything. Or she's just being whatever. I don't know. That's why I don't talk to Dad and Ryan anymore. But the good news is I still talk to that friend because she's nice still. And plus, I need to try my best to not be anxious around her. Just like with Mom, too. I don't want to be anxious around Mom. Some people I just gotta try not to, because they also have an anxiety disorder, and I don't want to set off their amygdalas. Or either. I don't want to do that. But I know she was trying to help me with mine that one day, but I guess things spiraled down too quick. I mean, my mind spiraled down too quick, 'cause I know she was trying to help. Unless there were steps in between, saying that I can't, like maybe if we worked up to it. I just felt like I was really struggling to stop saying it. That's why I got so anxious, and then my friend kept telling me to stop saying it, but at that point we could have found another route to get me to see if I can focus and gain focus so I can stop saying that, because things were just spitting out everywhere. Oh, shoot. Because she was trying to help me. I was holding on to my anxiety, venting. Well, she did say she wanted me to blow off steam, so I think that's why that happened. Or maybe she wanted to learn about me. That could have been why too, but as long as she's not gonna be mean like Dad or Ryan, then as long as things are fine, then I think it is. I just think that when I'm spending time with her, it'd do better to just talk about things that make us happy. Because I think that's what she was trying to get me into, and I just need to try to not focus on, like, if I'm talking to someone, then we're talking about something I like. I don't want my anxiety to tell me I can't, or like whatever, because I'm still doing it. And I need to kind of think that, like, it's really hard whenever my anxiety does that to me and then gets in the middle of my friendships or relationships when I could be talking about that fun thing with them. Like, it's just really hard. Oh. So that's why. But also, even though my friend was trying to help, I know something that that advice that I could give others when they're helping me at that time, like if they're trying to help me, but if it's not working, I think that that we should stop, take a break, pause, think. Like this goes for anyone who's working with me, whether it's my friends or family or anyone, like parents or anyone. Like if I'm getting upset about something, struggling with an anxiety or depression symptom, and then someone's trying to remind me to do something, but if it's not working, just don't keep trying to push it at me, because then it would make me panic, because then I'm struggling to do something that we both want me to do. Then it's setting my amygdala off, and then I lose my focus, and then I had to gain it back because I panic. That's what happened with my friend, because I know she was trying to help, but when that wasn't working, it probably would have been better for us to pause, and then maybe she could have like tried to defuse the situation on my level, and then wait until I'm whatever, and then to when I'm ready to talk about the other stuff. But if we do diffuse it, it probably won't get that bad. That's why it's important that if I am struggling with something and something's not working, it should go onto another escape, whatever. Something that, but also, I know my loved ones want to help me, but if they're not working in the medical field, I mean, they're not gonna know what to do. I mean, I know that some people have the same things I do, and then they have an idea of what to do, but different things work for different people. Like, I know my friend said meditation. I have a hard time focusing with meditation, although, um, um, there is this mindfulness worksheet, but I mean, I gotta try to think on what the the definition of meditate means. It probably means to focus on something. Like if I choose a fart to focus on. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to look more into that. Or I can meditate and think about when I used to reset the trip breakers growing up. Or when I was finishing growing up. Well, maybe because the memories are faded, so I would have to really think if I want to think about the breaker trips. I mean, that's what I could do when I get upset about the waiting for another chance for a circuit breaker. Wait, that gives me another idea for a worksheet to put in the document that me and my counselor are working on. Like we could, I'll have to figure it out, but I'm just trying to talk to. Like right now, what I'm doing to help with my mental health is, well, worksheets, talking to a trusted loved one that can help re-guide and restable my thoughts, and worksheets, occasionally as needed medicine. Sometimes I just try to ignore it. And I have made songs, and like I'm making this video now to see if it'll help things. And then also, I can put my feelings out in other things, like I've been writing that book, and I just started planning to make a scarf. Well, I already said it earlier in the video about understand, accept, respect, that scarf. Yeah. So, I'm I'm still coping well. So, I'm staying away from triggers. I'm taking it easy, getting a lot of rest, just what I need. That's how I'm dealing with it, and trying my best what I learned in counseling. Oh, and these gratitude apps that I've been doing each day, and then a few things that are in the worksheets that me and my counselor work on, those are also positive. That could also be helping my mental health too, is because then it would help me focus on positive things even when I am enjoying it, and then get in the habit, and then when I'm not really in the mood, I just pick out the easiest things to to put on there. And then I have some of those I cans on there about my mental health. So I did kind of start using the advice my friend told me, but I know that she could have been softer with it, because then I wouldn't have gone into a mental crisis. Then I would have just tried out the thing, and then it would have helped. Or I would have brought it up to my counselor and then have her help. Because I get that you all want to help me, but I talk to a counselor. So if you have an idea, just let me discuss it with my counselor. Don't try to do it yourself, because like my friend tried her best to help me. She might not have done it right because she's not a counselor or not trained in how to deal with that. I know she struggles with it too, but even if we struggle with it, we may still struggle to help other people with it because we're still learning. So that's why we just need someone who knows what they're doing and knows what they're gonna say is gonna not trigger a person, but to get the idea of what helps, and then we can try it. I know, and my friend actually did say to bring it up to my counselor, but then she also went on and on herself. I know she wants to help. I know she wants to help. But in this situation, she can just pray for me. That's all she can do to help in this situation. She can pray for me, and she sent me some things. I shared it with my counselor. She just needs to let me and her work on it. My friend can just be there as a positive person to do fun things, and to comfort me when I get upset, like if I needed a hug or emotional support. I mean, I'm not sure what anything new there is to bring up with my counselor. I mean, I shared with her everything that I got from the hospitals. That's just about everything. And we put a lot of it in our document. I focus more on a few documents, and the other ones are like less often or more rare. It depends what I feel like using. Sometimes I just need to talk to a trusted loved one for safety. Or making media, like video, songs, or art and stuff can be a coping skill as well. Art, music, crafts, all that. I could even take it out in my breaker box. Tripped a breaker. Let my breaker box know how I feel. Tripped. This one too. This one too. Yeah, get the idea. Okay. I don't want to make the video too long, but I don't want to end up making a movie when I meant to make an episode. But just get the idea of how my hippocampus and prefrontal cortex and amygdala is working. Because remember, amygdala's on high alert. Hippocampus and prefrontal is on low alert. So that means it takes extra effort for me to use those that are underactive, because anxiety and depression pull like blood flow from this area and makes it less active. So that's why I'm like do those worksheets and stuff and the positive things that I do. And the time it is, I gotta get on to doing that very soon. A fart. Oh no, why did I say that? That's 'cause I say that. Okay, but that isn't in what it is in. That, never mind. But, um, I gotta pause the video. I gotta think of what else I want to say before I accidentally make a movie. Also, for the ones who I mentioned in this video, I'm not pointing fingers, I'm saying my struggles. So I'm setting boundaries and staying away from those who are really not nice to me or not gonna be, and trying to like do my best with others who do seem nice and stuff like that. So I'm not pointing any fingers. I am explaining my struggles and how I function. So don't like get offended if I said anything because of something. It's just my struggle and I was just trying to be educational. I'm trying to like bring us up and not put us down. So I just wanted to add that on there just in case someone might misinterpret that, but I don't think anyone would because I tried my best to use proper wording and tried to be slow. So I have to make a part 3 to this video because it's gonna turn into a full-blown movie if I make it longer. Plus, you guys probably want to watch it in parts anyway. I don't want to do something like overwhelm anything. Although, even if it was left in a movie, if we needed a break, we can come back to it and then leave off where we left off. I think I'm able to do that when I watch a movie. Because I can, like, I've watched movies where I've watched part of it and then I take a break and know I want to finish it later and then I come back to it. And if that's what we gotta do with this, then that's fine. I just want to make sure that everyone is understanding me, accepting me, and adapting to my special needs and mental health needs, respecting me and my boundaries, and making sure that if we actually want to help me to not say trigger words or whatever. So I'm just trying to be educational and informative. And also for the ones that don't like certain family members, they don't want to learn. They've had chances to learn all these years. I get the idea. Dad and Ryan don't want to learn to get better with me. We don't have to force them. If they don't want to learn, they just won't be in my life. Or I just won't hang out with them or won't talk to them. That's all. So that means at family gatherings, if we're at a family gathering and I'm not talking to them, then that means that person who I'm setting boundaries to better not talk to me because I'm talking to the other ones who I do feel comfortable talking to. So, yeah. I'm sick of the hurt and pain that certain people can cause me. But I also know that others can learn and get better even if there's like one or two mishaps than if it's an accident. But then if I see improvement, then that's great. So, I mean, that's all I want is to be happy and peaceful and the relationship to be happy and peaceful and for others to just be nice to me when I'm struggling and even if they're trying to help, just, I don't know. I don't know. Just meet my special needs and mental health needs and just go with it if I say I gotta do something and I'm doing this when I can. So, yeah.